How to pass all of your university courses. The structure of this video is I'm going to just give you 5 tips, and just as an intro I'll name the 5 tips and then we'll elaborate on them after that. So first one is, listen carefully. 1, the fear of failure is self-fulfilling. 2, make sure you're studying the right thing. 3, don't oversleep on exam day. 4, avoid illness on the exam day. And 5, make sure that you talk to the ancestors. Now, I've done 35 courses at the University of Cape Town, and I only needed to do 29 of them to complete my studies. The others were extra. I failed exactly 0 of them. So I guess I do have something to say as to how to avoid failing courses. My lowest mark was 52%. So yeah, one of them got really close to taking me, but I survived. Anyway, let's elaborate on those 5 points, okay? First one, the fear of failure is self-fulfilling. And what I mean here is simply that you can legit fail just because you thought you were going to fail. So be confident in yourself, even if the test went really bad or you are really doubtful about the results. Be confident, and most of the time your confidence kind of manifests and you get the result that you kind of didn't want but wanted because you wanted to pass and stuff like that. But you just believe. Also, a lot of people will always fail the courses you're doing, so I mean, you'll never be alone in the failed group. So I mean, maybe you'll find comfort in that. Point number 2 is make sure you are studying the right thing. Now, this has 2 parts to it. The first part is make sure you are actually in the right degree. You're not. Don't be an actuarial science student who's in an accounting class or an engineering class or something like that, because you'll struggle to motivate yourself when things get really tough and stuff and so on. So you really want to make sure you are in the thing that you want to be studying. Of course, if your bursary is the only way you can study and asks that and demands that you study something, then you kind of don't have a choice now, do we? The second meaning to this tip is make sure that you're studying the right content for the test or exam or whatever assessment you're going to have. For example, if you miss lectures a lot, chances are you're not going to be so sure what's in the exam. Are the proofs examinable? You don't know. Are they not? And stuff like that. And that things can really affect your marks big time. So, I mean, I really recommend always attending all your lectures. But if you don't, at least have a squad of friends, make friends in the class, have many friends, so that whenever you reach a state where you need to know whether the proofs or whether this part of the course is examinable, you have enough friends that you can ask like 3, 4, 4, 5 of them, and make sure that if they all agree that yes, this is examinable, then it probably is examinable and stuff like that. Then you study with confidence, knowing that I'm not wasting my time, okay? And you study efficiently also, because, yeah. Anyway, next point is make sure you don't oversleep on the night or the day of the exam. And I mean, this is really obvious, but it happens, and it's expensive and it's painful and it's really heartbreaking. I have 2 friends who I know who had an extra year added onto the degree simply because they overslept. The one overslept the night before the economics exam, and the other one the night before, I think it was the finance exam or something like that, and he had to redo the entire year just because of that. So make sure you have at least friends who you can tell if you study till late the night before the exam. You call these friends and tell them, yo bro, please make sure that I'm awake at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. or whenever the exam is. I mean 2 hours before the exam, of course, like just to make sure that you're awake. I mean, it gives you also peace of mind when you're going to sleep, that you're not going to have that risk. It does bring about a lot of anxiety. Anyway, point number 4 is avoid illness on exam day. Now, of course, there are many ways in which you can fall ill, such that it was nothing to do with you, an accident. You could be sitting in a lecture and a bird flies in and flies into your head, and then you're injured and you're in hospital. There's nothing you can do about that. It's life. And you just have to pick up things from there and do damage control. But there are things you can avoid, for example, like making sure you eat healthy, making sure you study ahead of the exam time, so that when you get to the exam, you don't have panic attacks and anxiety and stuff where you get so much stress and anxiety that you end up sick on the day of the exam. Those can be prevented. Talk to lecturers 2 weeks, a week before the exam rather than the night before, so you don't have that panic. And so that's how you can avoid illness on exam day. And make sure that you actually write your exam in the right state of mind and health and so on. Also by looking after what you eat and making sure you exercise and stuff like that. Anyway, point number 5 is the last one, and it's probably the most important one, which is make sure that you speak to the ancestors. Now, the ancestors I'm speaking about are probably not the ones you're thinking of talking to. So there are two types of ancestors. Ancestors are basically people who have done the course you are starting to do and have failed that course, or it's someone who has done the course before and passed it. So for example, your tutors could be like ancestors and stuff like that. And talk to these people, ask them what are the pitfalls in the course, what makes the course difficult, why do people fail it. This is especially important for courses like MAM 1000 mathematics, the statistics courses, the mathematical statistics courses and stuff like that. They are very challenging, and the actuarial ones, at least those are the ones I know of. And then you can get an idea of what to be scared of, what to not be scared of, what parts of the course to give more attention to and stuff like that, and what to avoid in terms of preparing for exams. Should you do past papers? Should you do class exercises and stuff like that? And this gives you, of course, more confidence also. So you go into that exam with more confidence, you walk out with more confidence and stuff like that. So ancestors, talk to them. Ancestors, but bear in mind that it's unlikely that an ancestor will want you to fail, so they won't give you misleading information. And also, of course, this takes a lot out of you also, because you have to approach someone you don't know and talk to them and ask them about these things. And it might look like but generally they will want to speak to you. They won't mind giving you that advice and doing you that favor of telling you what's up. And you just have to be confident and be willing to take the first 1 or 2 steps to talk to them. Of course, if you're introverted, this is extremely more difficult, but try. It gets easier with time and so on. Anyway, with regard to ancestors, I'd like to also remind you that you should never ever let anyone make the decision for you as to how to study or prepare for an exam. It should be your call to make as to whether you're going to do class exercises, whether you're going to do past papers, or whether you're going to do I don't know what, nothing, I don't know. But you should always make that decision yourself. So you can get advice from these friends and classmates and other people, but ultimately make sure that the decision you take is one that you are willing to take according to your risk appetite and things like that. So that when the results come out, you can say that that's your result, not the result of someone else's technique or method or something like that, because you approved of the method which you followed to do that exam. Anyway, I'm talking a lot now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that and I hope you found it informative. Please make sure that you subscribe and that you comment and you like this video and share to any other friends that you think might benefit from it. And if you have any other comments or questions or anything like that, or you just want to say hi, the comments are available and I've opened the tab there. Like, you can have unlimited comments down below, so feel free to do so. Thank you so much for watching. Keep well. I am Kalombo.